Hello, we are back again. Kenya power, Kenya power, Kenya power. What a mess. What a mess. Kenya power, what a mess. I can't believe that happened to me. First, the mic didn't work. And now, power went off. My box, just my UPS box just decided to die on me. But anyway, let's just keep the show going. Let's see. Are we back online? Mic working? YouTube seems to be lagging. Let's see as guys are joining. Make sure you keep joining, guys. Let's get the show started. We give this one more try. As the saying goes, Murphy's Law. Whatever or anything can go wrong, everything will go wrong. What Murphy's Law? I'm even confused. Very disappointing. Honestly, very disappointing. Now YouTube is not working. Let me look on X. Let me see how things are on X. Let me see. Come on, refresh the page. We'll improve, don't worry, we'll improve. I'll make sure that at least I have a box that's running. I'll replace the battery. Yeah, we are back on YouTube. We are back on X. Let me check Facebook just a bit. Let me see. Let me see how things are going on Facebook, on X, on TikTok. The way I was excited, I have a new setup. Yeah, everything seems to be okay. Good. Yeah, so let's get started. Once again, good evening. How's everyone doing? Good morning from the other part of the world. I don't know whether you can hear the background noise. It's raining, and we know in Kenya that whenever it rains, stima yupotea. Lazima stima ipotee mvua ikinyesha. Kuna intern mahali ako na kaswicha na ngoja akisikia tu matone hivi azime stima. Yeah, so everything looks to be okay. Everything is working well. I don't know why it keeps lagging on YouTube, but we'll still go on ahead. It's working well on X. Let me just look on YouTube again. Every stream is lagging. Let me just check on the actual YouTube and see how things are going there. Yeah, everything is okay. Okay, so thanks for hanging around. Thanks for logging back in, guys on TikTok, guys on Facebook, guys on X. Thanks for joining. This is United Core Ground. Simon here, or people, my friends call me Simoninski. So we are going to do a preview of the game, Arsenal or Manchester United versus Arsenal at Old Trafford. An exciting game I'm looking forward to. I mentioned before we went offline due to power issues that this is the first time I'm watching such a game on the first day of the Premier League season. This is the first time, I'm sure, for all of us, if not most of us, it's the first time you are seeing such a game in Africa or in Kenya. For guys watching in the UK, just know that Arsenal versus Manchester United or United versus Arsenal is a big rivalry. United fans and Arsenal fans hate each other. It's always banter. So this is a big game. Unatafuta kazi gani? Let's see. And now we've lost connection on OBS. My God, today is just... things are not working. Oh, we are back. Okay. Let's see. Why are the comments not coming through? Let's see. Mhm. Yeah, things will be coming through. I don't know what's going on. Honestly, today, Muniombe. Muniombe. Uh, let's see. Come on, let's have the comments coming through. Activate. Yes. Kevin Mwangi, let's see. Yeah, now it's working. Perfect. Perfect. Now it's working. Let's see now. Let's see. Let me highlight this comment and see. There we go. Hey, nice. I'm happy, man. At least things seem to be working. So Kevin Mwangi says, we've lost Baleba again this season. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. The window is still open. Before Caicedo left, Brighton did the same thing. Brighton said, he's not for sale. We are not ready to let him go. They said all those things, but in the end, he still went to Chelsea. Liverpool wanted him, I think, to a point where he did medical with Liverpool, but he ended up going to Chelsea. So it might be the same for Carlos Baleba. The window is still open. It can be a tactic used by Brighton just to say, well, if you need him, give us the money. Give us the cash. He's not going on the cheap. So it might be the tactic being used. So who knows? But anyway, let's start with the show. We go with the team news. Yeah, there you go. Nice. So, let's see the news. Come on. Let's see what is going on. Come on. Anyway, let's go back to this. I'm sorry, guys. Today is just things are not working. I don't know why. Things are just not working for me. There go studio mode. Keep the comments coming. Keep joining. Keep contributing. I just want to make sure we have everything is working. Trust me, I tested out everything. And it was working well before we went live. I'm sure some of you saw me. There you go. Now it's working. Yeah, team news. Amorim delivers team news for the open, and we know traditionally United do the United manager or coach does his pre-match interview on Fridays. So this was done yesterday, and we have some team news. The good news from Ruben Amorim's press conference is that Andre Onana and Joshua Zirkzee have recovered from injuries that ruled them out of preseason and are available to feature against the Gunners. Do I expect Onana to start? No. Do I expect Zirkzee to start? No. Do I expect them to be on the bench? Probably, yes. So we'll see how it goes. Šeško is also available. He's in frame to make his debut following the Slovenia internationals move from RB Leipzig last week. So defenders Nausar Mazraoui and Lisandro Martinez could be the only absentees because, as we know, they haven't been playing in the preseason. They've been having private training sessions. So we don't expect to see them play in this game. So Amorim said that Nus and Licha are out. They cannot play in this game. Josh has recovered. Andre has recovered. They are options for the game. We will see. Šeško will start. I know Šeško will start, but I don't expect to see him play the full 90 minutes. Probably we'll have Mason Mount coming in for Šeško. We saw that during the Fiorentina game, Amorim played Mason Mount in the forward line. That is what we expect, and that is what I expect. Probably Sheshko will play around 60 minutes, 75 minutes, 70 minutes, and then we'll see a change. In terms of defense, I'll go through the predicted lineup I have. Let me know your lineup in the comment section. I've started with Sheshko, Cunha, and Bumo. So back to the team news. So when Amorim was asked if Sheshko is ready to start, he said, of course, we didn't have a lot of time, but he's ready. First of all, physically he's ready. That's a big component in our league. Then he's really smart. Every detail he asks. He's a guy that is always thinking. He spends all afternoon here working on his fitness. So he's ready to play, and we will see if he starts or if he's going to start. So that's big news. That's big news regarding Sheshko. And Amorim is pretty happy with the signing. He's happy to see Sheshko come in. He's happy to see that he's asking questions. A good player asks questions. That shows that he wants to perform. He wants to do well for the club. He wants to do well in the matches. And Sheshko has already had some preseason. He's played 2 games for Leipzig. He didn't play the last one because his move was close. So, of course, covering him in cotton wool or keeping him under wraps so that he does not get injured. He has trained with the team. We saw the training videos. We saw the training photos. The team has welcomed him, and he looks happy. We saw the training videos. He was scoring headers. He was scoring golazos. So he is going to start. Then let's have a look at some of the Arsenal news. So Gabriel Jesus is injured. He won't play. Victor Gyökeres, who played under Ruben Amorim in Sporting or at Sporting, is in line to start in the Premier League. Gyökeres has already scored in the preseason. He scored a header. And he scored a header on the day that I said he doesn't score headers. Egg on the face. But Kepa, Arrizabalaga, that's a difficult name, Mosquera, Nogard, Zubemendi, and Madueke will play or can play. Arsenal have a much better midfield compared to us. And that now takes me to my predicted lineup. And that's my predicted lineup. So I've started with Sheshko, Cunha, and Bumo up front. I keep saying, and I said before we went offline due to Kenya Power, that we've done a proper hip replacement. Do away with the old, come with the new. And I'm glad that we no longer have Garnacho playing on the left. Garnacho was really frustrating last season. You expect him to pass, to do a good through pass for a simple tap-in. He doesn't. Dogu makes a good run in a position where he can cross the ball. He doesn't. So Cunha, we've seen him play. Cunha can rotate with Sheshko, can rotate with Mbeumo. And I want to see how the left side and the right side work, with Cunha and Dogu on the left, and Mbeumo and Ahmad on the right. I just hope they sorted out the issue we had in the Fiorentina game, that is between Mbeumo and Ahmad. Most of the time they were clashing with each other. They were going into similar positions. They were getting into each other's space. And that means that there's a gap that is left in the center, or some of the play cannot happen because both of them are going into the same position, so a pass can't be made. So that is my lineup. Then I have Casemiro and Fernandes. That I had a really difficult time selecting who will start or who I predict will start in midfield with Bruno. Because Casemiro, he's a good player. He gets into the right positions. He tackles well. He can handle the ball under pressure. But he's slow. And if you look at Arsenal's midfield, they have Nogard, they have Rice, they have Zubimendi, they have Odegaard. The midfield battle is key. In this game, whoever wins the midfield wins the game or controls the game. Arsenal like playing short passes. In preseason, I watched a couple of their games, and Arteta has done a couple of tricks here and there in his tactics. He's mixing tiki-taka or short passes with transitional football. And you know that Victor Gyökeres is really good at transitional football. And I mentioned in the previous lives that probably we are going to see him change, or we will see Arteta change into transitional football. So it's interesting to see how they play. So I don't know whether Casemiro or Ugarte will start with Bruno. I don't know whether it's Kobe, but I've gone with Casemiro because of his experience. And we saw against Fiorentina that United were having one of the midfielders drop to become a back four during transition, during attacking phases, or when we are possessing the ball higher up in the midfield. You remember Ugarte and Casemiro are dropping into that position. There was a time Ugarte was dropping into Aiden Heaven's position, that is the left center back, and then Aiden Heaven was taking Dogu's position as Dogu pushes forward. During defense, we were defending as a 5-4-1. So Ugarte drops into defense, and then we also have either Dogu dropping back or Ahmad, and then we had the three center backs. I've gone with Luke Shaw. I don't think Eden Heaven is fit. He got injured against Fiorentina. We are yet to get news. I tried looking online whether he's back fit, but I didn't see it. And in the presser, Amorim didn't answer or wasn't asked about it. So if Eden Heaven is available, I would play him there. Otherwise, I would play Luke Shaw. Licha is not fit. The only other option we have if Heaven and Shaw won't play is probably we have De Ligt coming in. So we have Matthias, De Ligt, Maguire, and Yoro. Yoro has already sealed that position. That's his position. The kid is 19 and is playing like an experienced center back. So Yoro will stay there. Maguire, I would start Maguire ahead of De Ligt because of his ball carrying abilities. We need a player that will look forward and make that pass. De Ligt is not a good ball carrier. If you look at how he plays, you look at how he passes, he cannot see that pass and make that pass. Maguire, we know that he even offers goal scoring abilities. We saw that shot he made against De Gea in the Fiorentina game. He's very, very good in headers in terms of attacks. Now, where I'm worried about is in the goalkeeping position. Onana is not fit to start the game. Bayandia played well against Arsenal last season, the 1-1 draw in the FA Cup. He has good penalty stopping ability. So if Arsenal get penalties, then probably he will stop them or he'll save them. But in terms of ball handling, in close control, Bayandia and Onana can't use their feet. Arsenal like scoring in the box in the penalty area. And that's where I'm a bit worried. Heaton, yes, Heaton can play. His experience. We know he's a good goalkeeper. But does Amorim trust to start him in that game? Yeah, so those are the team news. Let me read a comment here. So Kevin Mwangi is saying that Garnacho was awful last season. Yeah, in some aspects, he was really awful. He could waste a lot of chances. Sometimes he makes the run, leaves the ball behind, he falls over. Another time, makes the run, shoots, goes to the keeper. Another time, he shoots over the bar. How many one-on-ones did we see him lose or waste? So, yeah, he's young, he can grow, he has a huge potential, he has a high ceiling, but last season I think we played him too much. And such young players, you need to tell them that, hey, if you're not taking your chances, then someone else will come in. If he doesn't leave for Chelsea, he said he won't play, but I would welcome him back if he changes his ways. I did say on X or Twitter that he's a young man, he will make mistakes. Oh, come on. Sorry, my audio went offline again. I hope now you can hear me. I'll try to fix all this thing after that live. So, where did my camera go? Come on. I'll still talk as I'm fixing my camera. So yeah, Garnacho was awful. Then Kevin Mwangi still goes on and says, I will always start Onana over Bayandia. Well, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. Because, yeah, Onana is a good keeper. Bayandia is worse than Onana. But Bayandia, at least sometimes he commands the box better than Onana. If you look at how Bayandia plays, he commands the box much better. Onana, my only problem with Onana is he can give you a good performance for like 70 minutes and then the rest of the time he's not performing well. That's Onana for you. He can do that. Onana, yes, I'll start him. I hope that we'll get a new keeper soon, because we need to have another keeper coming in. We can't win the league with Onana. In fact, this season, if we don't get a keeper, I'll be very, very disappointed. Because this season we need a keeper, we need a midfielder. We'll talk about Baleba shortly, because Baleba is one of the players that I would want to have in the club. Yeah, the camera is back. Yeah, so Nevin is saying Bandia is better. Well, having watched preseason, I can say yes, at the moment he's better than Onana. But we don't have, let me just say, we don't have goalkeepers. We don't have good goalkeepers. Let's hope that this season they improve. Now that they know the club is looking for goalkeepers, I know they will up their game. As well as they are seeing that the transition is already happening. They are seeing that things are changing. If you don't perform, you go. Our CEO, Berada, has a 2-season deadline or a 2-season policy. You come at the club, if you don't perform in 2 seasons, you are off. Bye-bye, see you. We saw him do it at City. Look at what they are doing now. They bought Savinho, and now he's gone. They are selling him. They are selling Savinho. Yeah, so they know. The keepers already know that we are not going to joke around. When it comes time for them to leave, they will leave. We need a midfielder this season. We do need a midfielder. We need a Baleba sort of midfielder, Adam Wharton sort of midfielder. We need such kind of a midfielder. A midfielder who will drop deep, control the midfield, can be able to go back, defend. So we need those midfielders to come in. Let me read a few comments before we go into other news. What about central midfielder? Yeah, we're going to talk about that right now. Thanks, Meditation, for commenting. Kevin Mwangi, we had the Sam Lamens news. What happened? So Sam Lamens is already in the pipeline, not in terms of signing or negotiating a deal. Back in July or late June, the club did have some conversations with the Manchester United had conversations with the player representative. They also had some talks with Royal Antwerp where he plays, and the player is willing to move. The club is willing to sell, and the quoted fee was around 30 million euros. So that's around 26, 25. There are others who came out and said that the fee could be around 15 to 20 million pounds. So there is a deal there to be done. But I think United are prioritizing the midfield before they go to goalkeeping. We know that this season they started with the attacking line, and I like that strategy. You remember under Ferguson, he would say, I would rather win a game 4-5 or 5-4, sorry. I would rather win a game 2-1 or even 6-5. Our forward line was bad. We only scored 44 goals last season. So yeah, after the midfield, I think we are going for a goalkeeper. City wanaguza ball vibaya sana. What's the current score? Let me just check. Live score. What's the current score? Who are they playing against? Let's see. 4-0. Oh, they've already won the game. It's done. Against Wolves. Oh, City are serious. So Haaland scored, Reinders, yellow. Haaland. Ryan Chucky scored. I saw someone saying he's the best number 10 in the league. Well, we'll see. We'll see about that. Still early. Yeah, so back to the Arsenal United game. I said it's a tough game. We should not panic if we don't win. Arsenal can beat any team. We know that if Arsenal were starting the game against, let's say, Brighton, against Liverpool, City, against Sunderland, they can win. They could win. Similar to United, if we were playing against any other club, we could win, we could lose, we could draw. So if we lose against Arsenal, it's not the end of the world. We should not start panicking and calling for the manager to be sacked. Is the match finished yet? Which match? The City match? Yeah, it's finished. They've won 4-0. So back to that. So I was saying that Arsenal, the game, I'm predicting a 1-1 draw. They've always had a tricky time at Old Trafford. I'm going for a 1-1 draw simply because our midfield, they are far ahead in terms of the squad development. Our forwards are not yet quite fit. I don't think Mbumo is quite fully fit. He's not 100%, as many other players as we are starting the season. But Mbumo didn't have a good preseason training. Cunha, there are still a few things we need to work on. At Wolves, he was used to be the main guy, play around, move around, free roll, make the passes, be the lone guy who goes and gets the goals. Bruno was also used to carrying United. So I think we need to give them some time to be able to appreciate each other, acknowledge each other, and not get into each other's spaces. We saw against Fiorentina, I think against Everton, that at times they were getting into each other's spaces. Similarly, I said about Mbumo and Ahmad. They were getting into each other's spaces. So the team will grow. Kesho adui ni Zambia na Arsenali. Of course. Zambia wanakuanga na very good academy system. Locally, mini mse wa hockey na mse wa futa. And I can tell you Zambia kwa hockey they have a good academy system, na nimeona pia kwa futa they have the same. Kenya ina perform poa in terms of the CHAN. So kesho Zambia na Arsenali ni adui. So Ogopa, niambie, how many goals do you think United will score? What's your score prediction? Then you say we need an aggressive defensive midfielder. Yes, we do. Ugarte is aggressive. We know that he gets a lot of yellow cards in terms of his aggression, but he's not good in handling the ball under pressure. I wish he can improve that part of the game, because Ugarte reminds me of N'Golo Kante in terms of covering every bit of grass on the pitch. He runs, he tackles, but now when he gets the ball, he's really, really poor. And I guess we know why he was sold by PSG. Ugarte hatoshi mboga, bure kabisa. Well, yeah, naweza sema hivyo for now, but last season was his first season. Let's see how he performs in his second season. And I have said that Berada gives players 2 season marks. If you don't perform in the second season, the third season you are gone. And the window is still open. Who knows? Casemiro might go. Ugarte might go. We get enough money, we go to Brighton and say, mnataka 115, ndio hiyo. Chukueni si tupatieni Baleba. So now let's talk about Baleba. So Baleba news has disappointed a lot of fans. Unfortunately, I was unable to go live to discuss about it, but let's talk about it just a bit. So we got exciting news last week that United were in for Baleba. We got excited that the player wants to join. Brighton have started talks, or United have started talks with Brighton, and then all of a sudden, no, United have given up on it. Well, we know that United were not speaking to Brighton and the player directly. They were sending intermediaries. They were sending a third party to go and speak to the player and ask, in case we do a deal, are you available? The player said yes. Of course, I mentioned in the last live on Monday that African players, when they get approached by these big 6 clubs, they always say yes, and they will push for the move. Because the big 6 have a big reputation, or they are massive in Africa. For example, if a Kenyan player hears that United are interested, Arsenal are interested, Chelsea are interested, they will push for the move. Similar to Baleba. He will push for the move to United because United is a big club. You saw what happened to Caicedo. He's a South American, yes. But when a big club came for him, he said, I really need to move, despite the club saying he's not for sale. So I mentioned that it is one of the tactics in negotiation, where a club says he's not for sale, to push the price higher, to make the price go much higher. So that in case they say we want 150 million, the excuse will be, we don't want to sell him. He's still under contract. Baleba has 3 more years in his contract, so he won't come in cheap. There is also a risk for Brighton, a calculated risk. And this is the calculated risk. They can keep hold of him for 1 more year, and they know that next summer there will be a lot of competition for the player. Liverpool might be wanting a player of such profile. United already want such a profile. City may want such a profile. We know that right now, Rodri is getting injured. He's not available right now to play. Arsenal might as well say we need such kind of a player. Real Madrid might come in. Bayern might come in. Barcelona might come in. So they are taking that calculated risk, saying we won't sell him this season, we'll sell him next season. And then they know that next season or next summer, there will be stiff competition and it will be a bidding war. So United wanted to push for the move to happen now, because they are saying, let's be ahead of the party. So they sent intermediaries. Intermediaries came back with that negative news that the player is not for sale. But it doesn't mean that the move is over. The window is still open. It could still go down to the wire. It could still go down to the deadline day. Because United can come in with, let's say, a package of 120 million, or let's say 100 million or 105. The player says, I have to move, or I will move. And Brighton say, okay, fine. We'll let you go. They've made a sizable offer. We'll let you go. Because also the player needs to know that he has support either way. Or probably he spoke with Brighton and told Brighton, if United are coming in officially, please allow me to leave. Similar to what Cunha did, similar to what Mbeumo did. If a big club comes, let me move. We also know that Brighton are a selling club. They pick players at a low fee, they develop them and sell them at a higher fee. The likes of Caicedo. We have Joao Pedro moving for 55 million. They bought Caicedo, I think, for 10 million. They sold him for 115. So that's how things are going at the moment. We cannot say that the move is entirely over. No, we cannot say that. So a couple of comments. Gopa continues to say, combination of De Ligt and Shaw hapo nyuma, it's not looking good, man. Yeah, that's my predicted lineup based on the availability of players. Because if we look at the current available squad, if I go back to that scene, to that page, I went with Shaw, Maguire, and Yoro, the back. I say that I prefer Maguire because he offers something more than De Ligt. Maguire is a good ball passer. He handles the ball well under pressure. He can offer us goals as well. We know that Maguire can take a shot at goal. He can dribble. We saw that Maguire last season dribbled, created unjust and scored. We saw against Fiorentina that shot he had. He's also good in terms of set pieces. United have changed their set piece. You saw the set piece they had during the game. Yeah, so this is something that I'm looking forward to having that. Shaw, I will go with Shaw on the left because Eden Heaven, we don't know whether he's fit. The coach didn't say whether he's fit. I've looked around. Don't know whether he's fit. He got injured in the Fiorentina game. And Yoro is already set on the right centre-back side. MU, I think you say Manu. That is Vario. Thanks for joining. Kevin Mwangi, you're saying true. Yeah, you're agreeing with me. That I think you're agreeing with me. Yes, so we that's the predicted lineup I'm going through. As you can see there, we've created our FPL league. So the code is right there. You can see it. ZSPOR. Is it BN or RN? BN. So join the league. And let's see how it goes. Probably we'll set up something that fans will win. Probably we'll have a merchandise where fans will win. Let me organize that with the team and see how things are going. Regina D. Kunyonga inbox. What do you mean? You want to DM me? Let me check whether many DM. Sioni any messages. Then Julius also says news about Carlos. I've just mentioned that Carlos Baleba at the moment, it's negative news that Manchester United have said no, we are not going for the player this summer, we'll go for next summer. But I've said it's still not yet over. The window is still open. Clubs can be playing tactics. Brighton say we don't want to sell, United say we don't want the player, but in the end they come in and say, okay, let's now negotiate. Both clubs and the club that is United and the player were speaking through intermediaries, not directly. They can't do that directly because it's against the law. It's called tapping. You cannot tap a player. The club cannot go to Carlos directly and say, we want you to join. No, they usually do it with intermediaries. Then they get feedback from the agents. Now they approach the club directly. They say, we are interested in this player. How much? Or is he for sale? If the club says yes, they start negotiating. Then they are allowed now to speak to the player. So when you see Carlos Baleba saying that, or the news saying that Carlos Baleba has agreed to move to United, it's not directly to United. It's through the intermediaries that were sent by the club. And then now the club goes to, United goes to Brighton and say, we want to buy him. So I'm going to start Maguire over De Ligt. That is Kevin Mwangi. Yeah, of course. That is the way we need to go. If Shaw is not available or Amorim doesn't prefer him, then I can go for De Ligt on the left center back. Because De Ligt is also good. Especially in terms of sniffing danger. De Ligt is a very good player in that. How many times have you seen him make a last-ditch attempt, a last-ditch tackle? How many times? It's good we are having options. I mean, let's be honest. When was the last time we had so many options in defense? Remember we had Lindelof, who was like erratic. We didn't have a good defense. Right now we have options. In fact, most of us are not talking about the defense. So the transition has happened. I watched the interview, the Marcus Rashford interview, him saying that the transition has to start. We've already started. That's why you've left. That's why you've gone to Barcelona. That's why Garnacho is being sold. That's why Anton is being sold. So the transition has started. We have a new defensive line right now. We have a new forward line. The only thing that we are remaining to do is midfield and goalkeeping. We are not far off from competing. And I'm sure you know, and deep down, you have that feeling that if we get a midfielder and we get a good goalkeeper, we'll easily make top 4. That's the feeling around the club. So, yeah, things are looking up at United. Any other comments before we leave? Any other question before we leave? Let me see whether we have any other news coming in. Let's see. And as I'm looking for news, which alternative do you think we'll go for? I forgot to mention that United are pivoting Adam Wharton from Crystal Palace as a replacement. He's also a good player. He has similar characteristics, or let me just load that so that I can show you. He has similar characteristics, similar profile to Carlos Baleba. Carlos Baleba is not the only midfielder United could sign. So let me just open up the comparison as you are asking questions. If you have any question, please ask. So let's see. Adam Wharton. It's already selected. Please choose a different option. Why not? How come I can't? Let me see whether I have the screenshots. I had taken the screenshots about both of them. pictures, screenshots. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, let me load this up so that we compare both players. You see what I'm saying? Let me load this up. Let's go. I hope it will be visible enough. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, so if you can see that, I'm not sure whether on TikTok it's quite visible, but I'll just read through them so that we have a look. So in terms of goals, Baleba had 3 last season. Wharton didn't have any. And as I'm reading these tactics, or I'm displaying these tactics, it's important to remember that Wharton was quite injured last season, but he put up similar numbers to Baleba. If you watched the Community Shield, you saw he had a very good performance. He actually gave one of the best assists I've ever seen. He reminded me of Xavi or Iniesta with that kind of passing, that kind of performance. So in terms of assists, Wharton had more. In terms of ball regains, he had lesser than Baleba. But as I mentioned, Carlos Baleba was played more minutes compared to Adam Wharton. Adam Wharton was quite injured last season. Looking at the next one, this is how they are ranked. So in terms of 1 versus 1, the 1 versus 1 index, we have Wharton who had 60, Baleba had 61. So that's pretty close. Considering that Wharton was injured last season, that's pretty close. In terms of defensive power, they are similar, 59-59. And again, Wharton was injured. Then you have 75-75, 75-77, and then attacking threat, it's 70 and 74. So you can see that they have pretty similar numbers. In terms of goals and assists, as you can see, similar numbers. Although Baleba scored 3, but in terms of their average scorer points per game, it's 0.14, 0.14. As you can see, chances created, that's where now Baleba takes over. But Wharton was injured last season. Now, in terms of passing and ball retention, Wharton 74.75, Baleba 84.47. Pretty close. Interception, Carlos Baleba had more than Wharton. Blocks, Baleba had more. Tackles, he had more. And we look at aerial duel lost, Wharton lost more than Baleba. So yeah, Baleba in that aspect might be higher. He might be higher than Wharton. And I'm seeing Kevin Mwangi saying that for me, I can't go for Wharton. I'd rather wait January transfer window to try Baleba again. It's really, really difficult to do a deal in January. It's really, really difficult. Because the team might be performing well and the price goes up. Or the player might be performing well, the price goes up. And a lot of teams try to avoid spending in January with the PSR and try to do deals in June. Because in June, the value of the player might be lower because the contract is less 1 year. So yeah, we can try in January, but it will be very difficult. It's a long shot, basically. It's a long shot buying a player in January. That's why you see United normally don't buy players in January. Maybe I try Hulmand. Yeah, Hulmand, yeah, he's a good player. My only worry with him is the pace of the Premier League. Premier League is quite fast, very aggressive, and he will need time to adapt. We know that Ineos at the moment and also Amorim, they are targeting Premier League experienced players who've already had a season or two in the Premier League, and they will come in immediately and perform. And then Senior Karis is saying, give us your first 6 this season. Top 6. Okay. Let's see. City will win the league this season. Then number 2 is Liverpool. Number 3 is Arsenal. Number 4, I'll go for Chelsea. Number 5, let me see, number 5. Number 4, Newcastle are not good. They are struggling, but they are making signings. Let me go 5, Tottenham, because Tottenham, they are playing a good game. Whatever they are doing, whatever that coach is doing is really amazing. And then number 6, I'll go for United, number 6. Manchester United, number 6. City can't win the EPL. Why do you think so? I do think City can't win EPL. Let me tell you, City, look at their history. City, whenever someone expects them not to perform in the EPL, they always perform. The last time they didn't win the league, what happened the next season? They won it. And right now, they have a very good squad. City, it's a team who fanyas vitu chini ya maji. City do their things silently, and all of a sudden you see that they are performing. I'll go and watch the full rematch. The full match of the game they've just played. I've watched one of their preseason games, and that team, let me tell you, do not underestimate City. They have a very good squad. Liverpool, I think it will be a close, tight race between the 3 or among the 3. That is City, Liverpool, and Arsenal. Arsenal, I know that they are going to perform this season. Now they have a forward. Arsenal have been pushing without a forward. Now they have a forward. But City, I have a feeling City will win this season. Manchester United, 6. I'm going for top 6. I'm going for number 6. If we get a midfielder and a goalkeeper, top 4. I'm sure United will shock guys this season. Everyone is thinking that United is dead and buried, but no, we are not. Tottenham is another team to watch. Yes, they have a good coach. Thomas Frank is a good coach. Thomas Frank is let me tell you what I usually think. Back then, in my old days, I used to do coaching, but in hockey. And when I started coaching, I realized that there are 2 ways to handle a team. The first way is, as a coach, you have a tactic, you have a philosophy, you find players that fit that philosophy. Case in point, Amorim. Or you look at the players you have and adjust your philosophy and tactic to fit the players. So there are 2 ways to do it. You look at the likes of Klopp. Klopp had a philosophy, he had a tactic, he looked for players that will fit it. You look at Arne Slot, now the new Liverpool coach. He looked at the players he had, or he has, and fit a philosophy and a tactic based on the players. He changed. You look at Thomas Frank, he still has the same squad other than the 2 signings they've done, or 3. So he decided, let me use whatever I have, I adjust my tactic. Chelsea are going both ways. Let's get all the players that can fit any philosophy so that the coach decides. They are deciding for the coach. You look at Real Madrid. Ancelotti used to change the tactic based on the players he has. Now you look at the new coach, he's struggling because he has a set tactic, but he does not have the players who can fit that philosophy and tactic. So Tottenham will perform well because Thomas Frank has found a way to get the best out of the players. What I know, United will finish 3rd. Hey, you're optimistic. You're very optimistic, but it's good to be optimistic. But I don't think we'll finish 3rd. For me, I think 6th, because we don't have a good goalkeeper. Our midfield is very weak. we get bypassed quite easily. We are starting to press, but still we are getting bypassed. If you look at how we played against Everton and Fiorentina, you saw that our midfield is not good. How about Chelsea? Chelsea, I'm seeing number 4. I'm seeing them finishing 4th. And if the coach does not win the league, he's gone. Of course, I've said he's finishing 4th. Or if he does not win FA Cup, or at least get to the semi-final of the Champions League, that coach will be sacked. Because they've invested a lot of money. I think close to £2 billion already in signings. So I'm seeing this is his last season. If he does not win the league or any other significant cup, he's gone. Kevin Mwangi is saying, Victor, Chelsea will finish 5th. No, they won't. They won't. In fact, you'll find that probably Chelsea can finish even 3rd or 2nd. They have a very good squad. I don't think there's a squad in this world that can match Chelsea. They have everyone. They have a lot of options. If this player doesn't work, they have like 5 other more or 4 other more that can come in and perform. Look at their forward line. Joe Pedro scores. Delap is in the bench. He sees that, hey, hapa nisipofunga nitaumauma bench. He comes in, he scores. Joe Pedro sees the same. He says, hey, hapa pia kama nikikaa mbaya nitauma bench. So it's good to have such a squad. But the coach, if you guys think that Amorim is under pressure, trust me, he's not having the same level of pressure compared to Chelsea's coach. Any other question before we call it a night? Kwenda kula sapa. Kevin Mwangi, you could post another comment, say Dogu, Mbumo and Ahmad to score tomorrow. Fingers crossed. You know what I want to see? I want to see the comparisons. I didn't mention it, but I know guys will compare Šeško with Gyökeres. Victor Gyökeres will want to prove that, yeah, I'm in Arsenal now. I rejected you guys, and this is why I rejected you. Šeško will want to prove a point and say, Arsenal, you wanted me, you didn't come for me, so I have to prove that you missed out. Arsenal also wanted Mbumo. Mbumo might have a good performance. And we know that Mbumo and Cunha have always had good performances against Arsenal. So I want to see the battle between Šeško, who has the number 30 shirt. We said we wanted him to get 14 so that we see the battle of the 14s between Gyökeres and Šeško. But let's see how it goes. Senior Karis, your prediction ya kesho, Man U versus Arsenal. I'm going for a 1-1 draw. Because both teams are not yet fully fit. I'm seeing United scoring fast and then Arsenal coming back to draw 1-1. If we win, I'll be happy. And by the way, guys, let me know, where can I get the United jersey? I'm looking for good jerseys. I've been buying jerseys, but ukiifua inaanza kupil, inapil zile maandishi. So if anyone who's watching and is selling jerseys, please let me know if you have a good jersey. I need to buy especially the away and the 3rd kit. Where can I get them? Garnacho is going to warm the bench there at Chelsea. Of course. But let me tell you what Chelsea are going to do. Chelsea will buy him, give him a few games. Garnacho will score, kiss the badge, do probably the Rashford celebration, probably do the Siu ya Ronaldo, just to show United that you made a mistake. And then Chelsea will sell him for like 60 million. One thing I've seen Chelsea are doing, they are buying such kind of players, wana perform to kidogo, and then they sell them. Because Garnacho can't bench anyone at Chelsea. So he'll just go in, play a few cup games, probably Carabao Cup, FA Cup, a few Premier League games here and there during the busy periods, let's say up on December. And then he will be sold in a year or 2. Because he thinks that Maresca is not strict. He should remember how Maresca handled his players. What's that player? Sterling. He should look at how Sterling is being handled by Maresca and realize I'm jumping from the frying pan into the fire. So it won't be as easy as Ganacho is thinking. Robza is asking who wins. For me, I'm going for a draw. I'm being safe. I'm sorry, guys. I'm being safe. I'm going for a draw. A 1-1 draw or a boring 0-0 draw. A lot of you guys are saying Manu will win. Fine. Manchester United, I hope they win. But for me, I'm being safe. I'm not being as optimistic for a win. I'm not being as pessimistic for a loss. Because one thing I've seen in preseason is the team is now fighting. We conceded against Fiorentina and we came back fighting. Gyökeres ataego kwa mfuko kesho. He can't score. Victor Gyökeres will take some time to adapt the Premier League. Premier League is a very difficult league. How many forwards have we seen coming in and they are struggling? But Victor Gyökeres is now physical. He's now more physical compared to when he was playing the Championship. He was young back then. He didn't have experience. He didn't have confidence. Playing under Amorim has given him a lot of confidence. And confidence goes a long way. The only thing that he needs to avoid is to have that confidence dip when things are not going his way. Yeah, I'm a United fan. I don't know why I'm advising an Arsenal player or an Arsenal coach, but Victor Gyökeres, I would say, give him assurances that even if he doesn't score, he performed well. Because also the media in England is brutal. I'll give you an example. If Šeško doesn't score and plays the full 90 or plays 60 and doesn't score, let's say in 2-3 games, we know the media will start saying he's a flop. We know that guys on X, guys on Facebook, on social media basically will start saying the 007 kind of thing. Premier League is very, very brutal. Lakini kama Yoro na Maguire anacheza, well, Maguire better have his running boots on, because Victor Gyökeres, man, yeye ni nduthi, huyu jamaa anakimbia bana. Tell me about Manchester United defender Martinez. No, he will not start. When we started with the team news. Martinez will not start, as well as Onana. Not Onana. Martinez and Mazraoui won't start because they're just back from injury. So Martinez is not available. Mazraoui is not available. But Zaxi and Onana are available. Probably they will have them on the bench. Any other question? I think we've done the hour. And thanks for sticking around. Thanks for being good fans, good followers of the page. And please, guys on TikTok, go to our profile page on TikTok. You'll see the description there. There is a link. Click on it. Go to our YouTube page. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe as it's indicated down there. We want to grow our community. Let me see how many subscribers we have so far on the page. Let me just see. Yeah, so we still have 42 subscribers. We have 42 subscribers. Let's get to 50. Come on, guys. Let's get to 50. Let's get to 50 subscribers. Click on the link in the description. Go to YouTube. Click on subscribe. I did mention that we have a couple of videos lined up. Unfortunately on TikTok, you can't do long videos. Guys usually scroll up. We don't like watching long content on TikTok, but we'll be posting them on YouTube. We have a couple of profile videos that we are working on. Unfortunately, it took more time than expected. We're hoping to have them up this week. So make sure you go to our YouTube page. Let's do it now before we leave. As I'm waiting for any last comment, question, or suggestion. And let me know, what do you think of the new setup, guys? I know on TikTok it's a bit squeezed. Probably I'll try to have another one for TikTok. I'm pretty happy on the way it's looking at on YouTube, on X, on Facebook. So let me know what you think about the new graphics, the new setup. anything we can improve. Now at least I can be able to show comments that are coming on TikTok onto the page. Guys on YouTube, X, and Facebook can see them. I haven't checked my Facebook. It didn't work with Facebook. Let me see whether I have some comments on Facebook before we leave. I said I usually want to appreciate you guys because we are a community. We build each other, we banter, we laugh, we cry. Yeah. So, no comments on Facebook. Also, make sure we hit our target of 3,000 followers on TikTok as well. So if you're watching and you haven't followed the page, please do. Please click on follow. Go on YouTube, click on subscribe. Thanks a lot. Thanks, guys. Let me just go through the comments again to see who we highlighted. Kevin Mwangi, as always, our biggest fan. Thank you, brother. I'm also Mwangi. So thank you, brother, for always being here. I hope to see you on Monday. As you can see, we have Ground Talk live on Monday. So what is Ground Talk live? I almost forgot about this. So I want fans to be part of the conversation. So on TikTok, on YouTube, we'll be sharing a link on YouTube to join into the show. On TikTok, you send a request to join. You have about 10 minutes to come discuss. Probably we can have more, who knows. Last Monday, we had a good one. Come in, we give our match reactions. We give our views as United fans. We just chat. I don't want it to be always about me and reading comments. So I want also to hear your voice. So that's Ground Talk Live every Monday from 9 p.m. And Kevin, as our biggest fan, I hope to see you on Monday. Post on the comment section to promise that you'll be here on Monday. Come on, Kevin Mwas, please. No, Kogalo, we are not joining now. It's Monday. Please come on Monday. We are about to end the show. I want to have you on the show, but not today, on Monday. Please, I appreciate you, brother. Please, or sister. But please, Monday, it's all about you. In fact, pair Mike Munongea. We did our first amazing Ground Talk Live on Monday. Also, as you see on the ad there, join our FPL league. I'll check before we leave the FPL league. Let's see. Yes, Kevin Mwangi, thank you. Nevin, Meditations. We have Lee, who was also there. Ogopa Mitishamba. Ogopa Mitishamba. Thanks for being there. We have Vario. Let me just click on the comments again. We have Kevin Mwangi. We have Meditations. We have Kevin. We have Vario. We have Regina, who was asking about inbox. I haven't seen your message. We have Julius, who asked about Baleba. We have Senior Caris. Thanks very much, brother. Who else? We had Victor, Commander. Thanks for commenting, joining. Robsba. That's a difficult name, a unique name. Thanks. Victor Sang as well. Gasni, how are you, brother? You came in late. What happened? We had Gasni on the Ground Talk Live, and he had very good points there. I hope Gasni to see you on Monday as well. Kevin, I'm still waiting for your comment, whether you'll be on the Ground Talk Live. Usko me log out, please. Let me know whether you'll be there. Yeah, so let's see the FPL League. How many we have so far. I hope you guys will join. I created it just before the show. And we'll organize to have the winner getting the UKG merchandise. United Kwa Ground merchandise. Let's see. Sign in. Probably I can't even show you my squad. You guys criticize. You let me know who to change. Let me know who to change. Let's see. Leagues. UKG League. Yeah, I'm the only one right now. I don't know whether I can be able to share this. Let me just see what to do. I need you guys to come in and join this. Join this league. Let's see. So the league is there. The code is being displayed right now on screen. Make sure you go there. You join the league. Sorry, what's going on? It's a new setup. So I'm trying my best to make sure I work. It's really difficult to do production and editing at the same time. So to do, let's see. I'll improve, guys. Don't worry. I'll improve. I'll make sure I improve. I don't disappoint you. I don't keep you waiting. I love the suggestions. There are guys who reached out to me via TikTok, DM, via X, telling me what I need to improve. And I love that. I love being given suggestions on how to improve the platform, how to improve the page, to improve the content. So if you have any suggestions, please make sure you do share with them. So that is the league, the UKG League. I hope it's now on screen. That's the UKG League. Let me see whether I can be able to show my team. I know on TikTok it's a bit squeezed, but I'll figure out what to do next time. So this is the team I've gone for. Let me see whether I can just drag this. Let me drag this so that we see. Or I just put it the whole page. Yeah, why not? Why not? So this is my team. What do you think, guys? What do you think about my team? So I have Henderson in goal. I have Van der Ven, Frimpong, and Cucurella in defense. Then I have Fernandes, Florian Wirtz, although he didn't have a good game against Bournemouth last night. And then I have Baleba. I am a Baliba. And then I have Semenyo. Unfortunately, I did this lineup late. And Semenyo scored 2 goals. So I missed out on all those points, as well as Ekitike. So when I was doing this, already the game week or match week had started. And I felt bad because seeing that game, watching the Liverpool game and seeing Ekitike and Semenyo get all those points, I missed out. Then I have a pretty strong bench. I have Duvranka, I have Livramento, Bruno Guimaraes, and Munoz. Let me know, what do you think about this FPL lineup, FPL squad? Is there anyone I should add, anyone I should remove? Should I change formation? Probably start Guimaraes. I didn't have them because they are playing against Liverpool next game, but probably I'll have them. My forward line, I've gone with that. Joe Pedro has been on form. Ekitike has also been on form based on preseason. Mateta, we know Mateta will always score or will always get an assist. And they're playing against Nottingham Forest. So my midfield, I always trust in Bruno. Right now he has Cunha and Sheshko and Mbumo. So he might get some assists here and there or a goal. And it's against Fulham. What I'm not sure of is Baleba. Sometimes last season he didn't get good points, but this season probably he might. Yeah, so that's my squad. That's my FPL squad. Yeah, so that's it. I think we are done. We are done with the show. Unless there is any last comment, we are done with the show. So thanks, guys. Until next time, God bless. Bye-bye.